I'm so stoked for this video. So if you are a lifter and you have pain and you're like, man, just doesn't seem like it's getting better, I am going to walk you through my step-by-step process on how I've taken hundreds and hundreds of lifters from pain to pain-free lifting. So I'm going to be very transparent. I cannot go into everything in this one video. However, this is going to be an outline of my program, and then we're going to do a mini series or something like that where we can go into more details with each and every video. So there are 6 steps in total of what we've got going on. This is it in a nutshell. All right. So you want to be an unstoppable pain-free lifter. You've probably said things like, I just want to lift for the long haul. My performance matters, but I really want that longevity aspect. Hey, you know what? Like, I understand that I need this to be right so that I can continue lifting the way I want. Whether you're someone who you just like going and being fit, you like pushing yourself, it's a mental outlet, you want to compete, you want to destroy people and step on throats, whatever it is, we know that you want to be pain-free lifting, right? You want to have a pain-free life. It shouldn't be too hard to freaking ask for, but sometimes it feels like it is. So, there are 3 steps to this. We want to identify, rebuild, and perform. Now, you'll notice identify is the base of the triangle, right? So what this means is this is one of the most foundational pieces. If we don't have this piece, nothing else matters. If you think of it, unless you identify the exact root of your issue, you can't rebuild what you don't know is wrong. And you can't help to perform with confidence if you don't know what's wrong. Okay, so we have to get that out of the way first and foremost. This is phase 1 of my program. We are pinpointing the root of the issue. So the P3 method, pinpoint the root, pain eliminator matrix, perform. Phase 1, pinpoint the root of the issue. We have to identify what's going on. If this is skipped, we know that that leads to constant flare-ups. So there are 2 ways that we can pinpoint the root of the issue. 1, joint and lifting assessments. All right, so we're going through a range of motion. We're saying, hey, we feel it here when we do this. When we do this, we feel it here. We just want to get a good idea of what's going on with your symptoms. We also want to look at your lifting, because unless we're putting these 2 pieces of the puzzle together, we're probably not having all of the pieces that we need to solve this for you. Now, it is very important to also note with the joint assessments, if you have shoulder pain, we're not just looking at the shoulder. We're looking at the neck, the shoulder blade, and the mid-back. These are very important keys to making sure that nothing is missed and we're looking under every rock. I've even had some people, once we hop on a call and we get to talking, we have found, hey, you don't really have a shoulder issue. Sure, some of the tissues are cranky, but you don't have a shoulder issue. You have something in your lower body that is causing you to have to rely on your shoulder a lot more. Things like hip tightness, ankle tightness, whether you're an Olympic weightlifter, CrossFitter, powerlifter, all of these things, they matter. We also want to look, like I said, at lifting. What is going on with your back squat? What is going on with your bench? How's the bar move? How does it look side to side? We are getting very, very in the weeds so that we know that we have pinpointed the exact root of the issue. One of the things that is super annoying is sometimes we have layers. And so what you think might be the root isn't actually the root. It's just layers to your pain. We constantly do reassessments to make sure that we're pinpointing exactly what needs to be hit and what needs to be tackled. The next step of this, the recovery assessment. We're going to go into all of these in another video, like I said, but if your recovery is trash, nutrition, sleep, stress, if your nervous system is just giving you the middle finger, you will likely have pain. If you're someone who drinks alcohol, that will also cause a spike in your symptoms. And so what are we doing for recovery? And now this isn't just like go foam roll, go get the little Normatec boots. No, this is like actual true recovery. What are you fueling your body with? And how does that impact your pain? Ladies, if you are on your period, there are inflammatory processes that happen. So that might flare up your shoulder. So we have to look at all of these things to make sure we can get to the root of the issue. Cool, we got that one. Now, next step is the rebuild. So this is where we install the pain eliminator matrix into your program, whether that's lifting, whether that's rehab, whether it's a combination of both. We want to make sure that we are rebuilding. If this is skipped, inconsistent progress, lingering pain. So you have to do this piece as well. We have two ways that we can do this. One, we stay in the gym. We're going to go over this in another video, but essentially we want to make sure that we are keeping you in the gym. We are loading, we are doing all of this stuff that helps you make progress, and real progress, not just, hey, my shoulder feels better because I'm not pissing it off, versus, hey, my shoulder feels better even though I'm at 80-90% of my 1 rep max. That stuff matters. The next piece of this is the order MSS that I like to go through when we're doing rehab work. We like to hit mobility, stability, and strength. So this is a very important order, one that a lot of people mess up, and that is probably why you feel like you're getting lackluster results or you've failed physical therapy in the past. You have to hit things in this order. We build out the program so that you don't even have to guess. It's all laid out and you're good to go. Phase 3. This is the fun part. This is a sexy thing that most people want to jump immediately to, but we can't get here without phase 1 and phase 2. So if we skip this, you're going to have fear of training, you're going to have stalled performance, maybe you even take time away from the gym for a long-term timeline. We don't want that. We want you to be able to perform with confidence. So there's two ways that we can do that. One, shoulder optimizer. We want to make sure that you're hitting your rehab stuff and your warm-ups 15-20 minutes, and then you're off to the races doing the thing that you actually want to do. I'm just like you. I hate warming up. I hate doing my mobility work. But these are the things that will allow us to perform with confidence. So we want to make sure we're in and out, but we're optimizing the shoulder. We're optimizing what needs to be hit through the MSS, staying in the gym. Next, we want to make sure that we are nailing your performance. What is it that we need to do? What is it that we are working towards? So we have our goal in mind. We know where we're at. We just need to figure out what the most succinct path forward from point A to point B is. That's what all of this is, but this is the fun part, performance progression. So we want to make sure that we are putting a system in place so that you can continue to make progress without flaring things up. My goal for you is to get to 100% where you are not having to modify your lifts. If you want to go do XYZ, how do we get you to do XYZ and push it without flaring things up? We want to make sure that we are really performing. We want to make sure that you're confident in your shoulder, in your body's ability to handle whatever it throws at it. So we have these 6 steps that we need to make sure we're hitting under the 3 phases, but ultimately our end goal is to make you unstoppable, to feel pain-free, to be pain-free, and to hit weights that you feel absolutely confident that you will be able to crush. I keep people a little bit longer than most people in the traditional world, and here's why. Because so often this is half-assed, right? But these 2 things don't even happen. So if you get hurt at 100% of your capacity, most places, most traditional rehab, because of insurance or whatever, they only get you to about 50 or 60%. But what we want to do is we actually want to bust through that ceiling and get you to 110, 115%. It's not uncommon for my lifters, my clients, to hit PRs when they're going through this because we are rebuilding, we are trying to get stronger. We're doing so in a way that, hey, we are strong, you are being rebuilt, and you don't have to deal with this pain again in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year from now. We want to make sure that what we're doing isn't just masking the symptoms. We want to actually help rebuild to perform with confidence so that, again, you don't have to deal with this again. I would rather you come in and stay for a couple extra weeks than to have to repeat the cycle in a few months because we didn't actually rebuild. We didn't get you to that 110, 115%. And so again, we're going to be going through all of this in much greater detail in other videos. So be on the lookout for that. So if you're like, this is cool, I can't wait for the other videos. However, I just want this installed into my program. I don't want to have to think. I don't want to have to guess. I don't want to have to do research. All you have to do, DM me the word fix on Instagram. We're going to get you set up. We're going to make sure that this is something that can actually help you and that we're 100% confident that will. If so, you'll be invited to a call where we can walk through this exactly for you. If not, don't worry. We still have a bunch of awesome people in our network that we can refer you to. But if you are ready to get real results, ones that last, one that helps you rebuild your confidence in the gym, get rid of the pain for good, DM me the word fix on Instagram, and we're going to get you rocking and rolling and install this entire thing into your routine, into your program, so that you don't have to guess and you get to do what you actually want to do. If you have any questions, drop them down below or reach out to me on Instagram. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one.